Hello everyone. So, keeping in mind the current situation, we are again starting with the online lectures, and this is going to be for class 11th. And I will be taking your history. And in history, the title of the NCRT is Themes in World History. So, class 11th is going to be all about the world history, and we are going to start with chapter 1, that is from the beginning of time. So, this is going to be the part 1 of chapter 1 of NCRT class 11th history, and in this part we are going to form introduce you to the starting of the human early humans and how they proceeded and advanced and transformed themselves into becoming what we are today, that is the modern humans, or you can say Homo sapiens sapiens. So this is part 1, and I hope you understand. Yes, so we will start with chapter 1 of class 11th NCRT. The title of this chapter is From the Beginning of Time. So, this chapter basically traces the beginning of human existence, which means that we know that in our past we used to be very different from what we are in the present time. So, the present humans are called Homo sapiens sapiens, but we were not like this in our entire ancient period. We have been very different, and our bodies had gone a lot of transformation to become what we are today. So basically this chapter says that around 5.6 million years ago, now in history we know that million years are nothing because we have seen creatures transforming themselves taking a lot of time. So according to the historians, they say that around 5.6 million years ago, the first human like creatures must have appeared on the earth's surface. Now 5.6 million years ago is a very very long time, and in that duration of time we have transformed ourselves to become the present species. So after several forms of humans emerged, like we can say that first the ancient most human creature was Australopithecus. After that it transformed itself into Homo habilis. So we are going to read about this as we proceed in the chapter. The important point that you have to understand is the present day humans were not what they are in the ancient period, and we have transformed ourselves continuously with the changing climate, with the changing conditions, and we have turned out to be what we are presently today. Okay, so human beings resembling us originated about 1,60,000 years ago. So 5.6 years ago was the time, million years ago was the time when the human like creatures appeared, and around 1,60,000 years ago the modern humans, people who can be said to be closest to our present structure, emerged in around 1,60,000 years ago. Okay, so these human beings, they used to survive on either scavenging or hunting animals, because obviously there was no agriculture at that point of time because people had not learned how to farm, etc. Apart from hunting and scavenging animals, even plant produce whatever the nature used to provide them. These two activities were considered as the two main surviving ways for the humans in the past times. Apart from that, these humans had also learned how to use or how to make tools out of the stones. Now stones is something which is present everywhere, and the humans, while they were scavenging or hunting, they already needed some kind of tools or implements. So with time they started learning that how they can build a new kind of implements or tools that can be used in their day-to-day life for their survival. So these humans also learned how to make tools. Apart from that, only a few years, not a few years, million years ago, we started also communicating with each other. As you must have heard that early humans did not have the capacity to speak, but eventually with time they started speaking and communicating with each other, and a new form of language emerged which could be understood simultaneously by all the humans, and this became a mode of communication between these humans. So now the hunting gathering activity still continues. Okay, there are still many tribal communities around the world, also in India as well. Like for example, in Andaman and Nicobar Islands, there are tribal groups like Jorways and Shompes, etc., who also, even in the present day, they are cut out from the entire world, and they depend upon purely on the hunting gathering activities. So the historians most of the time they compare the today hunting gathering societies with the ancient times so that they can find out some sort of parallels to understand what our lives would have been like 5.6 million years ago or 4 million years ago. So this is how historians try to study the life practices of the present day societies who are still hunter gatherers to find out information about the societies or the humans that must have existed a long time back. Now the next point here is the human fossils. Now the sources of information. Now we know that since these humans were not even capable enough to speak properly, they did not even have any language, so it is very clear that they must have not had any writing practices, they must have not had any kind of script. So what are the sources of information? How do we get information about these humans who are so long back in time? So the main sources of information about these humans are first are the human fossils. Now fossils is a very important term, it can be asked as a short answer also. The fossils are the remains or impressions of a very old plant, animal or human which have turned into a stone. Okay, so fossils can be anything which have been preserved by the nature, the impression or the remains of any sort of natural substance which have been preserved by the nature in a stone. So these stones are dug out by the historians or archaeologists, and they are studied and they are dated. You must have heard about a process of carbon dating. So with the help of various chemical procedures, the time period to which these remains belong to can be traced back, and therefore these sort of remains are extremely important and they are called fossils, and they are studied by the historians to know about the time period that they belong to. Okay, the second important point are stone tools. Now whatever stone tools these people used to make, they have survived the ravages of time, and these tools are studied by the historians to understand that what kind of practices were being followed by the people then for their hunting activities, etc. And the last important source is the cave paintings. Now paintings have been the easiest mode of writing down histories by the oldest humans, because paintings, we have also, you must have heard that there are Bhimbetka caves in MP also. These paintings are considered to be the evidence of the existence of the oldest humans in India. Similarly, all human-like creatures around the world have left behind certain cave paintings, because these humans obviously did not have houses to live in, so they used to take shelter under the caves, and these caves became the places where they used to write down whatever activities that they used to perform, like they would draw paintings about hunting activities or some animals. So these cave paintings also gives us information about the various practices that the humans at that time used to perform. Now the second term which is very important is about the species. Now what is a species? Now species is a group of organisms that can breed together to produce fertile offsprings. Okay, any two animals who have the capability of breeding together or producing new organisms, they belong to the same species. Now two species cannot breed together, that two different species cannot produce new offsprings, so every species had to breed among themselves to create fertile offsprings. Okay, so species is a group of organisms that can breed to produce fertile offspring, and members of one species cannot mate with other members of other species to produce fertile offsprings. Now last point in this introductory part for this chapter is, now all these things, finding the fossils, stone tools, cave paintings, etc., had been extremely controversial, because until the dark ages of church, people used to believe that all the humans, the modern humans which exist today, they have come into existence because of the God. They are the creations of God. And when historians used to put up a conclusion that humans have become what they are today by transforming some from some other old human structure, then the church or the religious people used to discard these theories. So with time people started arguing, and they came to the conclusion that yes, of course humans are creations of God, but they have only become what they are after millions of years of transformation that we have seen because of the changes in climate conditions, etc. And this, the most strongest argument for this has been given by Charles Darwin in his book On the Origin of Species, which was published in 1859. And he said that humans have evolved from the animals who used to walk on their four limbs, and we have evolved with time and come to what we are today, that is Homo sapiens sapiens. So we will continue with the chapter in the next class. Stay tuned.